What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today's video is going to be a bit of a hybrid, guys. We're actually going to showcase a budget wild team for the Temporal Vortex, Fire and Necrosis, because the bonus on the Vortex for this week is 30% more damage from fire enemies. And at the same time, I want to spotlight an amazing rare champion. Now, probably you've heard me talking about this rare champion for such a long time. In Season 2, in Season 1. And I want to bring some things to your attention because I know 99% of you guys have no idea that she can actually do this. So a lot of people are overlooking the champion. Temporal Vortex. So bosses take 30% more fire damage. The more accuracy you have on a character, the more damage reduction. I would not recommend you to go in there and basically get 500 accuracy just to get a 20% damage reduction, because that will overkill the rest of the stats. So this is a budgetish team, guys. No legendary artifacts, only one free legendary. Everybody gets one free legendary in Dragonheir Silent Gods, and that is Erich. And the champion that I really want to spotlight in today's video is going to be Megan. With a passive, guys, when casting a skill on an ally, dispels one defense penalty from them. Now, last season, I really pushed this champion a lot. Make sure you guys use her in the Grave of Venom, use her, because she's awesome, right? And I want to show you a different thing that she can do this time around. Now, talking about the fire and necrosis element, you don't really have amazing support. I'll be very, very honest. And if you don't have the key champions, it's going to be pretty hard to pull a team off. With a battle skill, she heals and recharges the ultimate energy. With the ultimate, grants defense up, the smaller version, recovery over time, continuous heal. I do not think that she's able to keep the team alive on her own. She needs more support, 100%. But if you time this skill at the right moment, you will remove the defense down that the boss puts on your team. So she will work as a cleanser, as any other cleanser in the game. She will dispel the defense down, which is actually great. A lot of people have no idea that she can actually do it on your entire team, you know? So let's quickly talk about the timings. Then I'm going to show you the builds at the end. I'm going to show you the Psychic Core and everything else that you need to know about the team, you know. These are kind of like their builds. Yes, gear-wise, it's pretty good gear. I'm on the test server right now because I don't have these champions built on my main account. But I can tell you my main account has better gear than this, okay? No legendary artifacts. So if we're going to check the timings, you want to have Isolde at exactly 21 seconds. Then Adolphus 21.1, and you have Megan at 21.5, okay? This will ensure that you're going to get a cleansing time, you're going to get a decreased attack from Isolde, and you're going to get the healing that comes from Adolphus. Like this, you're going to be covered for 3 skills, okay? You're going to have decreased attack on the boss for 3 skills, which will be very interesting. Now, you have Erich and Tonnelan. Erich has the Crown of the Unclean. This animation is pretty slow, so you want to have at least a 1 second gap in between their ultimates while you keep them at the same time. And that is because you want to ensure that that defense down is on the enemy, guys, okay? So let me just quickly show you how this team works. Now, this is not going to be a crazy team. I think I mentioned, or I wanted to mention, do not expect to get like 100 million damage or anything like that. The damage is a bit on the edge, especially if you don't have the 30% bonus from the weekly handicap on the boss, you know. And it's very important to keep in mind that you might have a legendary artifact. You might have a better legendary hero to put in this team, or you might have a better character than what I'm using right now, and that will significantly increase the performance, okay? Tonnelan, she's the absolute #1 damage dealer when we're talking about wild heroes, epics, and rares, okay? You're not going to find a better replacement. The main idea is, guys, just to kind of like give you a few different options for Vortex teams, because so far I showcased so much Ice Blast because it's meta. I love it. It's just so freaking good, you know? And Frost and Radiance, they just pair so well together because they have everything that a team needs, you know? While the Necrosis and Fire are lacking quite a few things, you know. You don't have a Froebart in here, you don't have a Garius, you don't have I don't know, different champions that can keep your team alive. So I really hope that next season they will introduce some awesome epic champions that can get the job done for these elemental affinities, because I really hoped that this season, in season 2, we're gonna have, like, I don't know, a Fire Furbart, Necrosis Garius, you know, because they're needed. They're desperately needed for all of these elemental affinities to have good support, you know. So hopefully that will come in play. So how you may notice, let's start the full rotation here. We are at 5 million damage on stack 4. This skill right here is the only skill that we have uncovered. We don't have decreased attack. We don't have much on it. Then, straight after the boss puts defense down, how you've probably seen, we had Isolde going with decreased attack, which will last for 3 skills. For this skill, for this one, and for this one. So only this one is uncovered. We don't have defense down, and the team is basically with no defense up or a shield most of the times, you know, unless the shield doesn't get broken. Then we put the attack down, we put a shield from Isolde, then Adolphus comes in, overrides the shield from Isolde, and gives us a massive healing and a shield at the same time, while Megan cleanses the defense down from our team and gives us continuous heal. Check this out. Attack down, shield and healing, cleanse defense down, continuous heal. Bang, rinse and repeat, guys. That's how this team basically works. So how I mentioned, the damage is a bit on the edge. If you have the Crown of the Unclean instead of, if you have the Witch's Remains instead of the Crown of the Unclean, you will be gaining 2-3 million damage, and that will easily take you out of any danger whatsoever. The Psychic Core doesn't really help much in here because we're only hitting one single target, and that gives us only 7.5% attack, a stack of attack, which honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm seeing it up, you know, because I don't think it is. I don't think you see it as an actual buff, unfortunately. So we cannot really call it out, but it's a 7.5% increased attack. It's not even anything like increase the overall damage. It's just increased attack, you know. So it helps a bit, but not by a lot. Actually, on the Psychic Core, what has a better value for the Fire and Necrosis element is the 15% damage reduction on the last 3. But I'm gonna show you the Psychic Core in a second. When you start the season, guys, you're gonna pick an elemental affinity, right? You're gonna be like, okay, I have awesome champions from these elemental affinities. That's what I'll be prioritizing for this season as my main heroes, as my main teams, etc. So when you do that, you will prioritize the Psychic Core in the right order. You're not gonna just scramble around and push your points on all of the different trees when you know that you're prioritizing one thing. Now, there are people that are doing this mistake as well, so maybe I'll have to do another video soon on avoid these mistakes, or mistakes to avoid, you know, because I do think a lot of people are just wasting all the points in the Psychic Core, you know. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. Stack 40, 15.7 million damage. Tonnelan already at an impressive 10 million damage. Now, Erich, he is on a serial set. Because he puts the defense down, we actually land the debuff, which will give us 15% increased attack from the serial set on the team, you know. That's why you see the buff dropping on the entire team. Then we have Adolphus and we have Megan on a Moonlight set. Whenever they use an ultimate, we're getting more healing. Being able to get a lot of healing is very, very important, guys, because it will just help to keep our team alive a little longer. And then, of course, you have Tonnelan. She's on an Inventor set, meant to drop as much damage as possible. And we have Isolde on an Ancestral Protection set. Not only that she will get a 15% less damage when she gets hit by the single hit, but she will give a bit of an ally protection to the entire team, you know. So that will help us to stay alive a bit longer. We have quite a few buffs, so whenever we're gonna have something like we had last week, where you're getting a lot of healing for every buff you have on, it's gonna be awesome, because this team will do so much better, you know, because you're gonna stay alive easier, so you will be pumping out more damage slowly too. So we are at almost 21 million damage. There we go. And on this hit, we are actually covered with defense up to, you know. The only thing that I would really love to do is to be able to control the battle skill on Isolde. So I keep the defense up from her for this skill. That would increase our survivability even more. So we are at 22. The Scarab amulet on Isolde actually helps quite a bit too. Okay, so Erich still alive and well. That's good. Attack down, bang, a big heal. Look at that. Dispel the defense down, and we're back at full HP. Like we never actually got hit by anyone, you know. Which is definitely pretty good. We had the defense up on Isolde. Beautiful. So right now we have the defense up. I wish I could be able to time that a bit better. Oh my god, we almost lost Tunnel, and look at her, how low she is, huh? Crazy. She was so low. Now it's fine because this last skill is not going to kill us because we have decreased attack, we have defense up, so we don't have to worry about it so much. I wish that this battle skill could be controlled on Isolde, because we will survive longer, you know. There we go. Tolonan actually died a bit early here. So I still have my tank, my support champions cracking on with it. They're not really going to bring any crazy damage from here on, but we survived all the way up to like stack 100, 120. I survived all the way up to stack 140. And yes, the damage is over 25 million usually. But how I mentioned, do not expect to reach like insane numbers. This is just not meant to be the meta for this season. It's just not meant to be super good, because even the damage on the Psychic Core, you know, the bonuses that you're getting on the Psychic Core suck for this Elemental Affinity. And same for Lightning and Poison. They really only benefit this season Frost and Radiance, you know. So 25.6 million damage, guys. Top chest. We got that sorted. We have Tonalen with 16.3, Erich with 7.1 million damage dealt, and we have Megan. She gave us a bit of healing, but Adolphus is the key. How I mentioned, if you're lacking the key champions for these elemental affinities, the support champions, just look at something else. Do a different elemental affinity, no matter how much you like them. Damage is much easier to be replaced. It's much easier to replace your damage dealers than the support champions, you know. So keep that in mind. Let me just quickly show you the Psychic Core, and then I'm going to show you the builds on the heroes. So the Psychic Core, guys, actually on my own account, because how I mentioned, this is the test server. On my account, I have almost the same amount of points invested into it. Maybe. Actually, I don't have two of these. But the rest is spot on, you know. And yeah, this is for the fire and Necrosis. How I mentioned, when you pick your elemental affinity from the beginning of the season, you're not gonna go everywhere. You're gonna go here, 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 and here. You're gonna do the main elemental affinity, then you're gonna do the rest. That's how most of the people do it, you know, because that's how it becomes more beneficial for your team. So what you're getting here is when a Fire Necrosis hero deals damage using a skill, the hero's attack is increased by 7.5%, which is literally a fart. For each enemy damaged, you only damage one enemy in the Vortex, and you're only getting basically a 7.5% attack, which, honestly, the impact that it has on your champions is almost minimal, okay? I don't think this gives us 1 million damage in total, or it might give us 1 million damage, which you can't say, well, it's not so minimal because you're getting to over 25 plus, which is true. What I do think it gives us a bigger benefit is this one. So we have a 10% damage reduction. Having this at 15% damage reduction, I feel like this will help us more than the damage, because yeah, 7.5% attack, man. Weak sauce. Erich. So he is on a serial set, guys. This gives us increased attack, okay? These are his total stats with the Crown of the Unclean. 3.5k attack. We have 47k HP, 1.8k defense, 83 crit rate, 223 crit damage, 196 plus accuracy. With the Psychic Core, we have 50 more from there, okay? Then the next champion, and I want to mention all of them are scrolled, okay? Like, I cannot go more budget than this, unfortunately, guys, and get top damage, you know? I wish I could. I'm just trying to do some different teams that you haven't seen, different teams that might benefit some of you guys out there, even if they won't get you to the top chest. At least they will give you some ideas, you know? The next hero that we have in here, guys, is Tonelin. She has the Eyeball of the Giant, an Inventor set, how I mentioned, and her total stats are actually better because she's built fully for damage, and she only needs 80% crit rate, which makes Tonelin amazing. Such a good champion. So much easier to build than the others, you know? 55k HP, 1.5k defense, 4.8k attack, 81 crit, 196 crit damage. You don't need accuracy on her, so because of it, you can go full attack, full crit damage, full crit rate on her, you know? Isolde, an Ancestral Protection set with a Scarab Amulet. You have 75k HP, 4k defense, 228 accuracy. Nothing else matters on her, guys. Skill haste, you can say it can help the battle skill, but because we have timings, the rest is pretty irrelevant. Then we have Adolphus, is the MVP when we're talking about healing. The Antiana's Tiara, we have a Moonlight set on him, and we have 62k HP, 2.2k defense, 377 enlightenment. That's everything that matters on him. The more enlightenment, the bigger the shield, guys, okay? So you can go enlightenment chest, enlightenment rune, you know? And look for enlightenment substats, of course. And the last champion that we've used in the team, guys, the Superstar Megan. Moonlight set. Total stats, we have 52k HP, 4.1k defense. Nothing else matters, okay? Literally nothing else. Now, I have the Luminary Order Gospel as an artifact, which I know for a fact, 100%, it benefits the battle skill. But I'm not so sure that it benefits the ultimate, because the ultimate is continuous heal, which basically has a percentage of how much healing you're getting. Restores 1.5% max HP every second. I'm not sure if it works for this or no. I've never tested it, so I need to actually look into it and see. But that was all for the video, guys. How many of you are using Megan so far? I know a lot of people use her because she's awesome, but I wanted to spotlight the champion a bit, show you a different Vortex team. Hopefully you found the video helpful. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.